Anyway, I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Name this artist.
I'll be so blue.
Mariah Carey.
Well, who is the guy that came in? Is the guy that came in?
It's our buddy, Anthony.
I was going to say, Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh,
Anthony Shore, whose Christmas show that he talked about is Saturday night.
Oh, are you going to that?
I was invited to go, and I dragged my feet, and I got the kids. It's sold out, but I told him we were going to play some of his music this morning anyway, since he was with us. When was that? Back in August?
Yeah.
Well, the show is sold out. It's at the Parkway, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And
That's a fun place.
He's got the whole big band, but he kind of crushes Elvis.
Oh, for sure. I was thinking about taking my kids, but I forgot about it until now, so I can't do that now.
Should have reminded you.
Now, Billy, you didn't. Our guest here, Billy, I haven't addressed him. You didn't meet him, but he's got the strongest British accent ever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing because he does crush Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. I mean, I was like, oh, is this some Elvis outtake?
It's a kind of he had the Cockney accent, too. It's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
like
yeah.
the proper, it's like the Mary Poppins chimney sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does look fetching in a jumpsuit. I have seen him perform.
He kind of has the look.
Did he wear a jumpsuit to the show?
He will at the show, yeah. Oh, totally.
But he didn't wear one here.
I wish he did young clothes Elvis, because Cape Elvis just like...
Yeah.
The Hawaii special, though, was awesome. He was still fit.
I prefer Rockabilly Elvis.
He was the one who started that whole thing, you know. So shortly thereafter, you had Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Commodores.
Evil
Knievel and the Osmonds. They all took that note from Elvis.
I know, and then are we thankful for it?
The comeback special. That's the Elvis,
The black leather.
the black
68.
leather. That was the
68
special.
special.
Black's very slimming.
Lots to talk about here on the Twin Cities Hit Show today. We do have Billy Dankert from the Gear Daddies. Overnight, they did announce the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's coming up this weekend. Also, where you can catch the Gear Daddies, without saying where, because it's a teaser. You do have a show for the public this weekend?
Yes, we do.
Okay, we'll find out where that is. First, here's Jimmy Kimmel talking about those wonderful folks at St. Jude.
Kenley and JC go to the same school.
And we both have cancer.
And they both came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, where we've increased childhood cancer survival rates from 20% to 80%. With your help, we'll get to 100%. So how would you guys help St. Jude?
I'd carry his books. I'd buy him a dog.
Oh, what kind of dog?
St. Bernard.
Nice, Saints. Yes, it's good thinking.
Donate now at stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
I'll be home.
All right, so this is Anthony again.
Oh,
what are we?
Anthony.
Are we a week away from Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Yeah, from Christmas
from
Eve. It's a
Christmas
week
Eve.
from today.
And,
what's the date on that?
I think it's coming up on the 25th this year.
Okay, good.
Hey, let's get this show started, shall we? Let's do this.
Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Very well. Where do I begin?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
You're lucky to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show.
Listen, how much is just listen for a minute. The sustain, listen to it. I'm not hearing him.
Live from the Twin Cities.
They see us on stage with tight trousers. We've got, armadillos in our trousers. I mean, it's really quite frightening, the size.
It's the Twin Cities Hit Show.
How much more black could this be? And the answer is none. None more black.
Coming to you live from the Alive and Social Network studios.
One louder. Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder? These go to 11.
And now, let's get this hit show started.
Such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah, just a little turnabout.
What's CNN saying? Attackers likely used encrypted apps. We knew that already, right? That's how they were getting their Paris information around.
What, meaning like through Xbox and stuff like that? No, I mean seriously, weren't they using
no,
video games to communicate because of?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
The quote a few moments ago was the lady saying, "I guess this is the hot new app with terrorists." But there's some an encrypted
So
app.
if you have a terrorist on your
everything,
if you have a terrorist on your holiday list, a Muslim who celebrates Christmas, there are a few.
They're gonna love this season.
They're hard to buy for.
Get the holiday terrorist Christmas app.
It's a Snapchat.
It's encrypted.
It's a Snapchat for terrorists. No, I'm not kidding. That's what she was comparing it to, and they could talk through that and send, I suppose.
I wonder, and Billy, you can give your opinion, if there are people in Syria who have heard this song.
That's why they hate us. They're coming after us for our freedom.
Yep. This is a song about freedom, so.
I bet you there are.
Yeah, there might be. I have a buddy who was in Japan, and he found like one of my solo CDs in a bin over there.
In a bin.
What? Well, yeah, it was not.
It wasn't in a store. It was in a bin in the back of the store.
Yeah. But it was there.
It was there. Damn it.
What year did this song come out?
I would have to say 92.
And did you guys know at the time, well, this is going to be really popular?
No, hell no.
This was like a joke song, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was a joke song. It was written quickly by Martin. He says in about 10 minutes, maybe a half hour, and recorded in about that amount of time too. And it was put as a secret track on the CD, so it doesn't officially have a name. So that's how much that's the estimate we had of that song. You know, so.
And now when you do a concert, is it your Stairway to Heaven? Is it your?
It is our Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, a little shorter, a little less epic.
It's your Born to Run?
It's again a little less epic, but yeah.
Because it gets played all around the world. I mean, certainly here in every frickin' hockey game.
Yeah. I've heard it's been played at the Stanley Cup. I haven't seen it, but, that's cool.
Please tell me you get a little ka-ching then when this happens, or did you sell it a long time ago?
Well, that's complicated. But I will say, like...
That's hurtful.
Yeah.
What he's saying is they don't have lawyers in Austin, Minnesota.
Yeah, we do not have lawyers, that's for sure. But, yeah... I guess when something is played as incidental music in a stadium, you don't get nothing. So, like, Gary Glitter, who doesn't deserve anything for his,
he deserves
something. He deserves
something.
Yeah, that's right.
He does.
Deserve Jared Fogle as a roommate.
But he supposedly, if I'm right on this, he doesn't get any money from all the instances of that song played.
That's how we snuck around it quite often with the news in paying royalties if he played less than 30 seconds or if it was background. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, it's...
Was
we're
it
used to it.
Was it a profitable, though, thing for you guys?
It was profitable. It appeared for about 5 seconds of the song appeared on Malcolm in the Middle sometime in the 90s.
In the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah, and in the Mighty Ducks.
And the the Alaska?
Yeah, there was the Alaska movie
Russell
too.
Crowe was in that one, wasn't he? I think so. Mystery Alaska?
I never saw it. But...
So that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And we made a little bit of money off that. I mean, I've got a day job, so it's not like...
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
This moment, back when it seems like you guys were poised to, on your way to be a stadium band, this happened. But
please welcome to the show, Gear Daddies. All right.
David Letterman. But this is when the band had to play with the performer, right?
Exactly.
So Anton Fig played the drums.
Yes.
And you're backstage, what? Punching the wall?
I was actually at home watching this on TV.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
So it's a weird arrangement.
No, explain that to me. I didn't know that.
It was again another fine point of the music industry, like rules. At this time, on the old Letterman show, there was a music union sort of contract in place that said that the house band had to play on every song. And
so annoying.
Oh, that's
supposedly
terrible.
So annoying. It is. Ugh.
Yeah. So there was no. I mean, they let Martin come on, and then because he was the lead singer, and then they allowed Randy, our guitar player, to come in and play the lead. But
only 3 notes. Though.
Yeah, exactly. It is a 3-note solo, so it's exactly
God,
right.
That was always the weirdest thing because I loved Letterman. I loved him more in that era.
Yeah.
And part of me kind of got a kick out of seeing his band perform and be so talented. But the other part is, please welcome the Beatles, but you only get,
Yeah.
John or
Oh, my
Paul,
God.
you don't get George and Ringo?
Yeah,
Come on.
I felt a little shafted, but I mean, what the
A
heck?
little shafted.
Well, but it was great publicity.
yeah.
So I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
You would think though that as the musicians would see like this sucks. I'd feel weird doing it.
yeah.
I mean, they had to come up to
Sorry.
you, and you'd be like,
Sorry.
"Why don't you just let them play?
It
we don't
isn't-
care."
It isn't good for anyone because
No.
then the house band has to prepare the song
Yeah.
and learn a song.
Yeah, that was
costing extra time to do that, and
what would they have done if it was Led Zeppelin? Sorry, John
well,
Bonham.
yeah, supposedly they made some exceptions. I heard for like the Grateful Dead or something, but like they were far and few between. And we didn't rank that in the exceptions.
Speaking of the Dead, do you think you guys kind of flow into Dead type sounds?
Well, I think the Dead, when they're sticking to like. So, I think the Dead have written some great rock and roll songs, like some of the great songs of rock and roll, the sort of 3-chord, 4-chord, just tight, classic sort of songwriting stuff, like Ripple or something like that. Yes, I think we kind of maybe cross over them into that territory a little bit for that stuff. Now the jam stuff, not at all, because we don't jam. We're just
Thank you.
You're anti.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're anti-jam.
I recently posted.
I am
on,
too.
Hey, if for some people that turns their crank, but I've never gotten that experience. But I do love some of the Dead stuff when they're just sticking to the songs.
And by that experience, do you mean drop up some acid and watch the show?
Yeah, that's right. And dancing. I'm not much.
That's more of a spin. It's
Yeah.
that's more spinning than
Yeah, it's spinning.
I would call dancing.
This guy I worked with at KSTP, who was the straightest arrow, like Eagle Scout, went to what is the outdoor venue outside of Milwaukee? Not Apple.
I don't know.
It's
right
where,
in Wisconsin.
It's where Stevie Ray Vaughan actually died.
Yeah.
That outdoor. Anyway, he saw the.
I can't remember the name.
Appleton?
It'll hit me later. Anyway, he went to a Dead concert there, and I said, came back that Monday just looking horrible. I said, how did it go? He goes, I ended up dropping acid.
Exactly how it was supposed to go.
Exactly.
And had never done that before. And he said, at one point, I had broken 2 glow sticks and dumped the liquid all over my face and head. He goes, that can't be good for you.
I remember
And I'm
that
43.
day. I remember that day because Stan Turner looked really funny when he did the news that night. Yeah.
You know who the weirdest people that you would think would follow the Dead? Ann Coulter.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Right?
Explain that one.
Right. I mean, just very random
So she has
people.
some hidden personality.
Oh, I guarantee you.
What do you think about John Mayer
John
joining
Mayer,
the band?
Joining the band?
He's with, Grateful Dead, sorry.
He joined the Grateful Dead?
Yeah,
he has played here.
Wait, I thought they played their last show in Chicago. Was this kind of like a
the goodbye tour that didn't really say goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with all those members,
Like the
I guess a handful of them are continuing on Grateful Dead and Company, and John Mayer has become the John Stamos of the Beach Boys.
Yeah,
He's the John Mayer of the Grateful Dead. He's a talented guitarist,
he
right?
is. Yeah, he is. He's talented. I mean, it seems like a good fit for that demographic that enjoys the jamming part and kind of more that side. I don't know that he's going to add to the songbook of great songs that the Dead have.
Like,
so, and that's where I kind of groove to the Dead.
At about the hour part, John goes, and now I'd like to do Your Body is Wonderful. Come on, Grateful, let's go.
Wonderland. Your body's a wonderland.
Your body's a wonderland.
Yeah. At that point, it's time for me to go get a beer.
You're bumming my eye, John.
Well, at that point, everyone's like, my body is a wonderland.
I have glow stick in my hair. My body's a stoplight.
That would really raise Ann Coulter in my estimation if she were.
Yeah, she did. She is. She's friends with Bill Maher. I mean, they're good friends.
Yeah, they're polar opposite.
Right, but I think she's a little cheeky.
Makes you wonder if that's All-Star Wrestling, the bit they got going.
Yeah, like I think
I know someone that knows her well, and she seems to be a fun gal. So.
I feel like Rusty and Colleen get along off air too.
We do. We get along. Shut up, Chuck.
Stop
It's
it.
you.
Wow, that's
hate.
amazing. You two seem like fire and ice.
Yeah. Here's what John Mayer, by the way, has to say about playing with the Grateful Dead. Hold on.
This project for me has warped time and space completely.
I hate him.
Music smushes everything down into a flat line where
I saw him in concert, and he is incredible.
So talented. Give me that. Just quit talking. Just play your guitar.
end up playing with the guys from the Dead, and time and space just completely melts, and so it's really mind-blowing.
Lately
mind-numbing. I think is the word. Mind-numbing is what I was thinking when I heard
Why do you hate him so much?
There's this
His personal life.
His personal life.
His
and then
dating
just
life?
this.
Why? Who's he
It's like
dating?
Everybody.
Yeah,
And he talks about it.
Katy Perry
But
and
I guess I can't knock on him. for
Jennifer
that.
Aniston.
No,
Yeah, they're
but
all
it's just
hot
they
ladies.
talk crap later. He
Yeah.
talks crap later, but then then he dabbled in comedy, which kind of bugs me. It bugs me when they go over a little bit and they're not
I think
good.
he's a funny guy.
Kind of. I mean, just I don't know. There's just
Wasn't he the source of many of Taylor Swift's breakup songs as well?
Sure.
So you're saying he's no Lyle LaRue, but he could probably.
Oh.
From what I hear, the general consensus is Grateful Dead fans actually have accepted him because he is so talented on the guitar. So
Yeah, no, he's a talent.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in that fight.
All right.
Or in that hunt or whatever.
So you're saying if Martin dropped dead, who would you throw in?
Oh.
As the iconic voice of the Gear Daddies.
Yeah, that's impossible shoes to fill.
Is it
Ozzy? Ozzy would be my vote. Or bring Dio back from the dead.
Dio.
Speaking of voices, is it hard to drum and sing? Do you get anxious knowing, okay, 2 songs up, I gotta sing?
No, I don't. Not on the drums because now it's like it's easy because I've been doing it forever. What's hard is for me to play guitar and sing because the guitar is not my home instrument. So the drums, it's like, hey, it's like I've been doing this for 30 years. Especially these songs, it's like they're the same songs.
Yeah.
If they're new songs. Still, it's as long as it's in 4/4 time and it's just a rock thing, and I'm not trying to sing along to like a Rush tune.
Yeah,
then it's fine.
Which, by the way, Rush finally got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, good.
Neil Peart, as a drummer,
I say
he's got to be one of the best.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best. There's no doubt about it.
Have you ever sat in the basement and tried to figure out, I'm going to drum like Neil today?
Oh yeah,
I'm not leaving this room until I.
When I was like 17, 16, I mean Rush dominated my practice list. Now I couldn't rise to that, but it was like, you're 16, you don't know any better, so you're like, all right, I'm going to drum along to Rush, and hey, it did me a lot of good because I did learn a lot of stuff I wouldn't have learned otherwise if I'd have just been like sitting there playing doom-ch, doom-ch. So some of that stuff made it into my drumming, but like I will never reach that kind of.
Is that the commercial for Volkswagen? Do you remember that one where the guy's in the front seat air drumming to Rush with "Fly from here"?
Yeah, that's right.
And he's
There you
just
go.
it's hilarious.
Name this drummer.
Oh yeah. Well, is that Bunny? It's got to be Bunny, right? Yeah. Bunny's great.
Cheap Trick just overnight got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, they're one of my favorite bands ever. Those guys in AC/DC are my two, like, the pinnacles of my rock world. So I'm happy to hear that. I love Cheap Trick. You can see old Gear Daddies photos. I'm wearing the Cheap Trick
Oh, nice.
shirt. I've loved those guys forever. So.
You, speaking of drumming, I went to a Gear Daddy show. I may have mentioned this before. At O'Gara's, you guys were in the garage. And I love that your set list is kind of fluid. And you played Time Heals, which is your iconic song.
Sure.
And they go, all right, do it again. And you played Time Heals again. And they did it. They played I bet 7-8 times in a row the same song. And every time the crowd's getting more and more worked up. Oh, what a fun show.
Well, as comedians, you know that you do the same thing. The more you do it, the funnier it gets, right?
Yeah.
You just do it again and again, and the funnier it gets.
Except
Oh
for,
yeah, no.
No,
sometimes.
Turns out no.
Well, that's what we were thinking.
No, it just got funnier, and,
Nope.
and it's like this is the one where they're going to stop. Nope, they just went again. And it's a great song because it's just a rock.
We
Are
were-
you sure you weren't
amusing
experienced?
Maybe a little bit.
All right, here's the part where my mom heard this song and went, "What is this? I've heard. Oh, this is horrible." Because this is Cheap Trick's.
Oh yeah. I think my mom had that reaction when I was listening to the Sex Pistols. She's like, "What is this?"
Because it's a remake of a 50s song.
Oh.
Fats Domino, maybe? Ain't
Yeah,
that a
right.
shame?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard this song before?
Not this version.
This is live at Budokan, man.
Yep. Although it's weird, I haven't heard this record in the digital realm. It sounds really different. Like there's a lot more high end, but that's just music.
So here's what my mom heard.
Oh yeah.
She's like, that's horrible. And I can see her tapping her foot.
Did she like the Chuck Berry version?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool anyway. I love Chuck.
She liked it.
Everyone loves
like
Chuck.
Yeah.
So we'll go through the
Very.
list and get your opinion if you don't mind. So, yeah, Cheap Trick is in.
want you to want.
What's your favorite Cheap Trick song?
Ooh, I think probably Surrender.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one.
I had
I also like, in the more obscure ones, I really like Green Eyes off of, it might be Dream Police, but... You know.
Taxman. What was the... God, I had all these albums.
Yeah, I had a lot of them. Up until I had Dream Police. Past that, I kind of lost track.
You're the same, yeah. After Dream Police, I went, okay, I think we're done here.
Yeah. Although The Flame is a great song. I love that song. That was later.
Not a Cheap Trick fan?
No, I like the Cheap. I'm not that familiar, but I mean, I know what people know from the radio. I didn't have albums, but I do like them. They're Chicago guys, I believe.
Yeah. Chicago or Wisconsin, something like that.
Rockford, Illinois.
Yeah, it's right outside of Chicago.
Rockford,
yeah,
Illinois.
like an hour out of Chicago.
Here we go.
Daddy's alright, they just seem a little weird. Surrender, or don't give yourself
Great
away.
3-chord, just ringing chorus. I'm just a sucker for this kind of thing.
And then you had Rick Nielsen with that two-necked guitar.
Yeah.
Was that legit or just for show?
Well, I mean, I can think of legit uses for it, but, I think...
Hanging laundry, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Hanging
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think there's a little bit of both there, but he's a showman, so,
All right, also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Steve Miller.
Oh.
Yeah. We used to
All right.
crank this
Yep.
at 11. I made my
It went to
turntable go
11.
to 11.
He's another one you wouldn't know him if you passed him on the street.
Right,
No,
yeah.
I can't...
Someone who's as popular as
Looks
he
like a
is.
shop teacher.
Yeah. Worked with Paul McCartney. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even know him. That's great. That's how I would want to be famous, is no
Yeah.
one knows who you are.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who you are
That'd
at
be
the same time.
best.
Not me. I would want to be a young Jim Morrison, man.
Oh.
I want the leather
Yep,
pants.
and be dead.
Yeah.
No. I want to be alive and young Jim Morrison.
Well, you could still do the leather pants.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
I'd have to get the ones designed for pregnant
I-
ladies.
no,
That's stretch.
There's nothing stopping you except the sweat. Sweat and leather.
Hey.
It's just not.
Hey.
He doesn't sweat.
You know what I'm saying? When you try to put leather pants on when you're sweating?
Oh,
It
The only
ain't
way to
easy.
put them on. What are you talking about?
yeah, Steve, he figured big in my formative years. I'm not as big a fan of him as the Cheap Trick, but
Yeah.
he's got his mojo.
God, they have some
He's,
reboots of his stuff lately. There's an acoustic version of one of the songs that's out. It just rocks it.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a Madison, Wisconsin guy, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Let's check the Googles.
I actually
check the
heard
Google.
some stuff that I'd never heard before on a local radio station here. It was like when he was the Steve Miller Blues Band.
Yeah.
And that was pretty
Like-
darn rocking.
Like 1972.
Yeah, it's
like
kind of
just
raw.
I think was this his first? No, maybe first top 40 hit.
Yeah, this is a good song.
It's a Madison kid, Rusty. You're right.
Huh?
University of Wisconsin, Madison in '61.
There you go. This one and like Children of the Sun always kind of blew my mind because they had these freaky sound effects.
of the Sun. That Fargo, the series, season 2, had that playing in the background.
Oh, really?
Because the
Nice.
series takes place in the 70s, and that Children of the Sun was an obscure.
Oh yeah, but it was big for a while.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was big at the Wayzata keg parties. I
Yeah.
know that. Who was that band even?
Children of the Sun. I've got it. Billy Thorpe.
Yes. No. Yes.
Billy Thorpe.
Billy?
I've got the LP at home. I haven't listened to the rest of the LP.
Billy
but
Thorpe. You guys are good. I'm fact checking everything you're saying. You better be right.
I'm terrible with the trivia, but that's just branded in me from when I was
Now
young.
here's a band that got inducted. And it was announced last night that I'm like, they weren't in already.
Oh wow!
Oh, you're kidding
yeah,
me.
that's amazing.
You recognize it, huh?
Yeah. Bluish. Deep purple.
There it is.
I got my colors confused.
Blue Oyster Cult. Purple Oyster Cult.
Yeah, that's right.
I would have had to wait till the guitar. Then I would have went, oh yeah,
I knew the song right away. I just didn't know the name of the band.
Yeah, it's a pretty distinctive drum
Yeah.
thing.
I am good at that.
But I mean, It took them till now
Yeah,
to get in?
Well, look
incredible.
how like the Beatles and all those. I mean, when some people that make it in, it kind of discredits the whole Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as far as I'm concerned.
Didn't Elvis make it in on the first round?
Well,
I think
maybe, but some of the turds that slip through, it's just like, are you kidding me?
They got through the sluice gate.
that slipped through.
Well, and some of them, you're like, wait, is that rock and roll?
Yeah,
Really?
no,
What is that? What are you doing
rap.
there?
Isn't there some rap that's
This is
getting
the every kid learns this right away on the
Oh,
guitar.
yeah. But the thing about this song is it's super hard. Like, once you get past this one riff, the rest of the song is not easy. You know, it's like, everybody thinks, oh, yeah, Smoke on the Water, it's a joke. But
Because we're asking you to end the show with the song.
Whoa, I better I got to go practice.
I practiced my Neil Peart drumming to go along with you.
All right, well, that's fair, I guess.
I remember that, because this is how old I am, in 6th grade, being at a homecoming parade, and the band marched by, the high school marching band. And this song, this next band inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, this song was on the top of the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
And the marching band, and it had such force as a marching band. I was like,
Seriously.
No, this is a classic marching band.
The
They all play
idea of
this.
it makes me happy, but I do like the original singer the best in Chicago. Was the guy that killed himself.
Terry Richard?
That's
No.
my preference.
All right. I'd probably go with that. I don't know my Chicago that well. I like this song, but I haven't.
The early Chicago with the first singer is...
Terry Kath.
Terry Katz?
Although this is what's his face singing. David Sedaris.
Not Sedaris.
It's,
No, he came in the late form of the band and left right
That's not his voice right now?
No,
Wow.
No.
Sounds like him.
This is the original. But Chicago is one of those bands where you go, oh, that's right.
Yeah. They had a lot of hits.
Great song. I like this early stuff a lot. Actually, I want to go buy some now.
This is
I'm reminding myself that I love it so
This
much.
is a 4th of July song.
Yep.
There aren't
Yeah.
many 4th of July songs that you can
true.
play that weekend. It's like, I got one.
Yeah.
And I'll put it on repeat.
I will play it 7 times because cool people do that.
Yeah, exactly. The Gear Daddies did it with their song.
It works.
What was his name?
I think it's Terry Kath, from what I can tell. K-A-T-H?
Yeah, I think you're right. And it was an accident playing Russian roulette.
Yes,
No.
that's right.
Really?
Yes, it was.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that guy was living on the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Well, no, I guess.
No, he's bleeding out on the edge.
Hey-oh. And then, of course, he had this one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Russian. Oh, my God. And the picture match. Oh, I forgot myself.
Oh, yeah, that is vintage.
Terry Kath, yeah. Right?
Oh, so good.
And these were pop hits.
Yeah.
These are the
That
Justin Bieber
But
hits.
you think about the horns? I mean, that's so unusual.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that was a great time in music where stuff like this could be a hit. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, can you imagine today? No. Nothing like this.
You gotta put an auto-tune on it.
Yeah.
And then I'll...
Well, and the bands that played this stuff were amazing too. I mean, there's probably a big chunk of this that isn't tracked separately. They probably just went in and played a lot of it.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Does anybody remember what time it is? Does anybody really care?
This reminds me of being little.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still little.
I was little. My mom had great music in our house.
Here's something I found interesting that I didn't know until this morning when I was putting this show together. First of all, I love this song, Wishing You Were Here by Chicago. It's one of their obscure... It was on the charts, but it wasn't a top 10 hit. It actually starts off with ocean songs. But anyway, the chorus... You recognize this song, Wishing You Were Here?
No, not yet.
The chorus sounded very Beach Boy-like, and I found out this morning that's because it was the Beach Boys singing with Chicago.
Oh.
And I was like, wow.
I didn't know
John
about that.
Stamos or Sam
Not John
Stamos?
Stamos, no. No, it was the Wilsons and the red-haired guy who sings lead. What's
The
his
cousin, whatever his cousin.
Mike Love, the one who
Kind of creepy.
breaks
with all
them
the-
apart all the time. So the oohs in the background is the Beach Boys.
I do like this song. Why do I feel like crying right now? I'm having flashbacks.
Are you having your period?
So you do recognize it.
I do. Yeah, I absolutely do. Reminds me of being little.
See, the oohs to me sound like another song. I don't recognize any of the rest of them.
Sounds like a Beach
Oh,
Boys
maybe,
song almost.
ooh, baby, please don't
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that, but I don't recognize this
No,
song.
baby, please don't
All right, I'm about to take a brief tangent here because
All
with the Beach Boys, when I discovered doing my research, I'm like, wow, that is the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
They just released found tapes from their party album. They did this when they were doing Pet Smiles. The studio wanted more music, and they were taking so long putting that together because it was Brian Wilson's effort to be Sgt. Pepper or whatever. They said, well, let's just sit around and do, like we're sitting at a campfire. And they had one song. I'm trying to get it.
I like
of course.
the sound of that.
This one became a hit. We all recognize this.
Yeah. Even I recognize
But there's 80 tracks that they did. And now they just released it last month. And some of them include, which I'm surprised because they felt like they were in competition with the Beatles, but they did a Beatles song.
Wow, that's...
And it's just them with a mic.
Wow, that's
like you're at a party.
Great.
That's a great album. So many good songs on there.
Yeah. And this is great with the different harmonies. It changes the chorus quite a bit. That's cool. I was not aware of this.
Yeah, it just came out for just in time for Christmas. If you're shopping, I don't happen to own it.
Yeah. Man, you were selling things left and right here. Chicago.
Yeah.
You get the...
Now, if you leave me now is the song we're thinking about. If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Please don't go.
All right, back to and this is a big palette change.
How about it?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
They are inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of
Rock
Fame.
and roll.
Wow.
I'm thinking that's not rock and roll, though. I don't care, but if they want it to be rock and roll, call it rock and roll. If they don't, call it rock and roll and rap Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I call bullshit!
Yeah. I love this record. I love NWA. I don't know if it's rock and roll, but I think it influenced a lot of rock and rollers, so maybe the influence is, part of the reason they brought in.
I'm one of those guys who doesn't... Oh.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Shame!
I'm not a huge fan of rap. And what surprised me is I love the movie Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Great movie, one of the best movies of the year, and it's filled with this music. It was a great movie. But yeah, I could see playing this once as a goof, yeah, because this isn't my experience.
Right.
I don't really.
Well, I think it's great storytelling. Like, it doesn't match my experience growing up in Austin either, but it's
straight out of Austin, yo.
Yeah,
straight out of Austin.
Straight out of the cornfield. But but it's
You're a
great
touty, aren't you?
storytelling.
I think too, when you're popping a cap in a bitch's ass, it's exactly the kind of music that you need to hear when you're doing it.
You got to work yourself up to that.
So you're saying the Beach Boys in the background, you're doing a drive-by, or just not.
Plus, my other thing, and I'm going to sound stupid, I always thought the musicians were more talented than the guy up front reading the rat-a-tat. I always thought the background...
yeah.
Like, the music was...
Well, yeah, the guys who put together... Like, I really admire the mixologists or whatever who put together...
I think those are bartenders now.
Yeah,
they call them bartenders
right.
now.
I don't know what
Sorry.
the term is, but like the ones who put together the backing tracks, like Dre he's a master of that stuff, and it's great. I love.
I had quite a few rap stuff in the 90s,
really?
for sure at that age. Yeah.
Public Enemy, I love Public Enemy.
But there's a scene in Straight Outta Compton when Tupac is in the studio and he's looking for his next thing or trying to get a thing, and then Dr. Dre comes in with California, and the music was great. And then he just goes to the mic and says a couple words. I'm like, no, that song is good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like going a full-on lobster steak dinner, and oh, by the way, you're the cracker.
Well,
You're the,
don't say that. Don't say that.
I would be the cracker.
No, you're the cracker.
Yeah. But I mean, California, that's a great music bed.
Yeah, well, some rap songs transform the it's like any music, some of it is transformative, some of it, it doesn't work so great.
That is weird, though.
Pussy ass. I'm not, if you can sing about pussy ass and have me tap my toe.
The rock and roll, it does not fit. My dad and I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one time. My dad loves museums. We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What I hear,
I don't like rock.
Privately, secretly, Donald Trump is a huge fan.
Really?
No,
I can see that. I can totally see that. Makes sense. It makes about as much sense as anything that's come out of that camp anyway, so I would be like, probably. I don't know. I don't even know what to think.
Wouldn't that be funny if this was his walk-on music?
He had some hose on either side of him?
Yeah. With like big feather hats on.
Oh, I could see him try.
His numbers would still go up.
They would.
They would.
So before because we're coming up on a break, and out of the break, we're going to talk about where we can see the Gear Daddies. You have some solo music. We're going to convince you to play for us.
Yes. I don't need much convincing.
All right, good. Real quick, two artists that they say should have been had got dissed for this induction.
Oh, yeah.
They think they were
yes?
all hoping yes would have gotten in. Right? It's about time.
Yeah, sure.
It's a yes to yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes to yes.
They're great.
Yeah, they are. They're very...
I don't own them either. I might have to. All these things that I remember.
This is
all these people are already in.
No,
yes
did not get in, and the vibe was, they'll get in this year. And no, they got snubbed again.
They're the Susan Lucci of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Nominated 18 times before she finally won.
I mean, they got to get in there eventually. The thing is, like, a lot of these bands just have to be there eventually to give the place any respectability.
But doesn't it get you annoyed after a while? You're like, screw it. Keep your stupid Hall of Fame. I don't want it anymore.
That's what Kiss said for the longest time. And then when they finally got in, they were like, yes, we'll be there.
Yeah. That is one band
with Bills on.
I can't even. I just don't even get it.
Oh, I cranked the hell out of this.
Yeah, when I was...
Rick Wakeman on the synthesizer.
Yeah.
This kind of has a Steely Dan.
Yeah, it does have a little Steely Dan vibe. Part of it's the way it's recorded back then. Everything is kind of recorded like that. Yeah, great. That's another band I used to practice too. Again, I couldn't really do it, but I I listened to it and tried to emulate it.
Remember this, of course?
Oh, yeah.
Barry Crosby, Stills, and Nash's.
Yep. And then you come in with the medieval lute.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's not a lute, but...
Something like that, yeah.
Mandolin.
A zither?
Yeah, zither.
Very, probably Led Zeppelin influence at that time.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think Led Zeppelin spawned a lot of this.
It's kind of nerd rock.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And then the high voice, it's like...
Is he wearing tights? He's wearing tights, isn't he?
Is the Renaissance Festival over?
That's what I'm seeing.
Is it over? And then the conversation is these guys should have gotten in. More contemporary. But Los Lobos.
I love Los Lobos. Yeah, they should get in there.
I only know the one song. I really don't know much of them.
Do you know this one?
No.
This is a good one.
Yeah, this is a great song.
I just know La Bamba.
This is one of the bands that isn't well known by everyone or their song, but a band like this typically gets in.
I mean, there's a lot of musicians who really admire them for their musicianship.
Right.
Like, they've got some great songs. They've just been doing it and doing it well for a long time, and they just have a lot of class and coolness.
They're workhorses.
Yeah.
I interviewed them only the one time, and it was really cool because they had a concert that evening, but they did a free show at the Ordway for high school students.
Nice. That's very cool.
And so part of my bit was I interviewed the students. I go, do you realize how cool this is? Or we're just happy to be out of school.
Yeah, well, can you blame them?
Freaking Los Lobos, man, at the Ordway for free.
I think I saw Big Head Todd and the Monsters at the Ordway.
At a school outing?
No, it was... But that's the only time I've ever been there.
Yeah.
I like them.
They, of course,
they're okay.
Their Los Lobos' biggest song wasn't really even theirs.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only I know of them.
Yeah.
But they did a good version.
Yeah, they did. But this is cool, but it was not really what grabbed me about Los Lobos.
Yeah. I think I have like 5 or 6 of their albums. One.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they had 5 or 6.
Oh, God, they've got like 15 or 18 albums,
they've been
really.
doing it forever.
They put out an album for a while. They're once a year. But here's someone that the people, she should have gotten in. I'm like, really?
Oh, I love a song. Though.
Oh,
God damn it. I love it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is great. And Shaka Khan, she goes back to the 70s.
Yeah.
There was that song in the 70s that mentioned Shaka Khan, or it was maybe Shaka Khan doing it, but I mean, she goes back a long way.
Yeah, I like it. I'm for it.
I'm for it, too.
So, yeah, this isn't disco, right? It
No.
starts off like rap.
Yeah.
But then when she starts singing, you're like, wait a second.
She's got a voice.
It's not Cheap Trick, goddammit.
She's like 5 feet tall, and it's all hair.
Yeah, that's right.
Comes out like this big thing of hair, and she's just
But
sings.
this arrangement is very typical of 80s
Yep.
rock.
Yeah,
This is very
okay.
rock.
And I don't typically like it.
Oh.
I love her voice in this. It's just so good.
It sounds like a little
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder
Yep.
harmonica going on
Yeah,
there.
yep.
I'm doing the white man bite. I'm on my own dance floor now. How you doing?
The leather pants you put on are looking really good now.
Thank you. Thank you. No one else said anything. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about where we can see the Gear Daddies, about Billy's solo work, and get some live music going. All right? Sounds
Okay.
good?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Third Street Brewhouse, built on a perfect site in Cold Spring, Minnesota, combining the state-of-the-art brewing facility with exceptional water. Hello, did we mention Cold Spring, Minnesota? They have a dream team of world-class brewers, resulting in unprecedented crafted beers. The core styles of Bitter Black IPA, Lost Trout Brown Ale, and Rise to the Top Cream Ale are intriguing yet satisfying. And look forward to seasonal and specialty beers. Nothing fancy, no fuss. It's all about the beer at Third Street Brewhouse. MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005.
The Rusty Gatenby Review is the entertaining show about entertainment from movies, music, and more. Award-winning TV guy Rusty Gatenby and his review is the podcast with the biggest cast in entertainment, part of the Alive and Social Network. You can get that Minnesota connection to Hollywood and beyond any time of the day or night simply by clicking on the RustyGatenbyReview.com. That's the RustyGatenbyReview.com, part of the Alive and Social Network.
Introducing the Twin Cities' newest transportation app, Cruise. C-R-U-Z, with no surge pricing ever.
Cruise to that brewery.
Cruise to that concert.
Cruise to that ball game.
Cruise home from that party.
I like Tom Cruise.
No kidding. I do. Sensing a pattern? Cruise. That's C-R-U-Z, the new app that saves you money with no surge pricing ever. Book in advance and save even more with Cruise. Download the Cruise app. Follow him on Twitter at Time to Cruise to get weekly ride discounts.
Whenever you booze, use Cruise.
Download Cruise right now on iOS or Android.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show. Say it 3 times fast. We just dare you.
Baby, what you doing now? You're pissing me off.
All right, first of all, Google released their top searches for 2015. I never would have guessed what the top search was.
For 2013?
15.
Yeah,
it takes them.
Well, I'm like, why is it taking so long?
It takes them a couple
You're like
years
a few
to
years
crunch the
behind.
numbers and redo your math,
It
mister.
was the Boston Tea Party. They're doing that was the number one.
You want to hear it? I was surprised. Here they are, the top searches.
5, Ronda Rousey. Number 4, Caitlyn Jenner. Number 3, American Sniper. Number 2, Jurassic World. And the top trend for 2015, Lamar Odom.
Oh, really?
Yes. Isn't that ridiculous?
He's the basketball player to the Kardashians who went to a...
Who almost died at a whorehouse.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the only reason.
Popping Viagra's and cocaine, and now
Wow.
Jurassic?
Sounds like he has a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm not. I wasn't aware of.
he was in a coma for like a month.
I respect you so much more that you're not aware of that. You have no idea.
You're not with the internet
Do you
so
have
much.
Do you need a new friend? I'm looking for friends.
Sure. Find me on Facebook.
Speaking of the internet, have you heard there's a new Star Wars movie?
I have heard that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Exactly. It cuts both ways.
Speaking of the internet, Steve Colbert last night said, because there are spoilers in Star Wars, and he goes, I don't want them to leak out. At this point, I tried to get tickets for my kids to go.
Yeah.
All weekend sold out, just about any theater. You probably
Yeah.
won't be able to get tickets for a month.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't want to hear about these spoilers on the internet, so he's going to flood the internet with fake spoilers, like...
There's a scene where Chewbacca gets into some dark chocolate and has to spend the night at the vet. Tweet.
He's tweeting about it.
That tri-blade lightsaber turns out to be able to talk. Its catchphrase, "Hey, I'm lightsaber in here." Tweet. Here's a good one. Samuel L. Jackson comes back to life as Mace Windu and exclaims, "What's in your wallet?" And, okay, let's try again. Once everyone finds out they're delicious, the Ewoks are hunted to extinction.
I'm afraid that he isn't going to be around very long.
No.
I think they're going to not
Who?
keep... I don't think the
Colbert?
show's going to make it.
Really?
I don't think
Why?
it is. I don't know. I just haven't been able to be on board with it, and I'm in charge.
I love
just,
the show.
Really?
I love it.
I would love to be in that writer's room,
I
though.
don't feel like I'm alone in that.
Wouldn't it be a fun writer's
I
room
haven't
to be
heard.
in?
I haven't heard
Throwing
what
that
the
crap
ratings
on?
Yeah, I
are.
don't either, but it's just like I haven't been able to be like, oh, yeah.
I think he's got a lock on multiple years, but I think he's the funniest. By the way, Jimmy Fallon, who I'm tired of. I've got
Right.
the bit. He's so nice, and they do jokes
And we're
and
friends
stunts.
with everybody.
They did their own a cappella version of the Star Wars theme. We're about to get Billy to sing for us, but this is a whole group, his band, and the actual stars from The Force Awakens.
Oh, really?
And I know we ripped on Pentatonics, well, because they sound like this. Have you ever heard of Pentatonics?
No.
My daughter came home saying she likes them. I'm like, wait, what?
See? They're this a cappella thing that's catching some traction.
I heard about when they did the cover of Lord. That's where I...
Yeah. Some of it is good.
I haven't
but
been able to click on it. I've been
I
seeing
thought-
this on Facebook with Jimmy Fallon, and I'm like, I just can't have myself. I just am like,
It's actually pretty
Is it?
good.
All right.
Here's theirs. That's Jimmy. That's the lead actress now doing all of them. Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford.
Damn, they better sing it.
Yeah.
Ba.
Oscar Isaac, the new guy, it's fun, right?
I mean, that's impressive. That's probably took some doing.
That's impressive. They can all sing.
Yeah, that's better singing than I can do. I mean,
well, they got the Roots with them, so the Roots are doing the heavy lifting.
They're just going bam, 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 bam.
If you got the Roots with you, you can't really do any wrong.
This is my favorite scene in any of them when I was little.
That is my one. You'll see my full criticism tomorrow on WCCO. My first time on the early morning show in almost 2 years. I'll be on the early morning show with a special star from Star Wars. I can't give out his name, but it sounds like...
And then you
sounds
said
a little
Carrie
bit like
Fisher?
that. Yeah. It's totally Carrie Fisher. Anyway, that'll be tomorrow at 6 a.m. on the Channel 4 Wake Up Show, and then at their midday. So there's that. So we can see the Gear Daddies at the Medina Ballroom?
Exactly. This weekend, this Saturday night. And with Chris Hockey Band is warming up.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's got pipes. I mean, the guy can sing.
Because a lot of people know him as a radio guy.
Yeah, but he's a really he's a really good singer. So
cool.
And they do I think stuff that at least our audience, they really they go over well with our audience.
And Velvet Revolver, will they be on the bill with you at Medina?
I wish.
But are there any plans for anyone in the band to OD if the Medina's canceled? There's a hotel
Me.
in Bloomington.
Yeah,
Oh,
caffeine.
me.
Yeah.
Over caffeine.
If
so
we
much
can't-
coffee.
If the Medina's canceled, I cannot live.
How many songs do you get to sing?
I sing. I usually sing just the two. Sometimes there's a third Gear Daddy song that I wrote, but it's really long and slow, and doesn't translate live
To
that
the
good.
crowd, yeah.
So I don't usually. And then I sing backup on a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
So.
Do you
So
hate
two.
Martin Zeller?
No. After you've been in a van riding around with someone for weeks on
I would
end,
maybe hate
and
him.
sleeping 4 hours a day, there tends to be a lot of water under the bridge,
Okay.
but it's like no,
All right.
everyone's on good terms, which is kind of amazing given. I mean, it's probably because we broke up
Billy,
and didn't try to
Billy.
stay together like Metallica. Or
Billy, you were at home when he was on the David Letterman show. You hate this.
All right, how about
bastard.
this?
That's right.
Blink once for hate. We don't say anything.
So this is you're about to. I see you got the guitar straddled up. You're about to sing a song a Gear Daddy song that you will sing in concert.
Yeah.
Cool.
Time heals.
All right, let's check it out. Chuck, man, that
Except
board.
I'll be on drums in the concert.
Ah.
And there'll be real guitar players doing the guitar part. So I'll do what I can here though. Well, if it's right for you and it's right for me, well, that's something I just could never see. Just to take it all and to throw it all away. And I'd ask you once and I'd ask you twice, should I have paid attention to my dad's advice? As I asked him once, and this is all he'd say. He said, just remember that time isn't time forget. You shouldn't smoke them goddamn cigarettes. And if I were in her shoes and asked something like that someday, hey, that sounds like something you'd say. That sounds like something you'd say. That sounds like something. I met you there and I met you then, and the change is coming. You can't depend on what I'd say to you and how I feel. And I can write to you and you can write to me, and I can shrug it off and we can let it be. I guess it's right, but I think it all depends. And I'll just remember that time isn't time forget. You shouldn't smoke them goddamn cigarettes. And if I were in her shoes and asked something like that someday, hey, that sounds like something you'd say. That sounds like something you'd say. That sounds like something. For me, well, that's something I just could never see. Just to take it all and to throw it all away. And I'll see you now and I'll see you then, and I guess I'll always be your friend. Just think real hard next time it comes to this. Hey, and I'll just remember that time isn't time forgets, but there's one thing I won't never forget it. But there's one thing I won't never forget it. Time isn't time forgets, but there's one thing I won't never forget it. Time isn't time forgets, but there's one thing I won't never forget it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome. So, did you write most of that? Is that how you got to be the lead singer on it, or how does that happen?
Yeah, it was basically, any song that I wrote, I'd sing. And, any song that Martin wrote, he'd sing. Nowadays, I wish I could just be a songwriter and be like have someone else sing my songs. But but the expectation is if you're a songwriter nowadays, you're supposed to sing your own songs and stuff like that. So I go out and try to do this. You can't go out and play the drums and sing, so I pick up the guitar.
Come on, Phil Collins.
Yeah,
well, I suppose he doesn't busk on the corner with a drum set.
No, that's right. And I've seen him in concert, and he has a drummer. He comes out front.
You know what I saw at the 2 Fleetwood Mac concerts before, and had you heard about this?
No, I saw the 2 concerts that were here, though.
This was the
My
tour
favorite
prior, before Christy McVie. She
Yeah.
joined this last current one.
Yeah.
The time before we saw them, and they were press tickets, so we were like up right on the edge, so we could actually see behind stage.
Oh, yeah.
We were looking down.
I was there, too, in that general vicinity.
And there was a drummer hidden from view behind the stage.
Exactly.
I was like...
But he was not doing anything, like, it's not like Mick Fleetwood needed help. It was more like there's extra tracks on those records. Like, they're so produced with so many tracks. Like, there's extra, like, tom tracks and stuff going on, almost like percussion.
Yeah.
And that extra drummer was doing that stuff, as far as I could tell.
Why not have him on stage?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it must be a branding thing.
Yeah, branding. Okay, not ego. Branding.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm going to assume. The
because
the
when
positive.
Genesis would tour, they had their second drummer. Chester Thompson, I think was his name.
Oh yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Black guy.
Yeah.
And they had no qualms about going that Phil Collins can't do all of this.
Yeah.
And in fact, a highlight was having those 2 drummers actually face off.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, you could make a strength out of it. I mean, I saw the second one with Christy McVie on it, and Mick did a drum solo. In my opinion, Mick never needs to do a drum solo. Like he's just a great drummer, and what he does, he's supremely good at. But like, I want to see him lay down a groove, like.
But aren't you kind of glad that Ringo got his one drum solo?
Yeah,
on the Abbey Road
yeah,
album?
and that's a classic one. Yep. And it's a testament to that everybody can actually sing that one. Like that's the kind of drum solo you should have. One that someone can actually.
Well, Neil's got his.
Yeah.
Neil Peart. That was my Neil Peart.
Yeah,
it's a mixture of Chewbacca and Neil Peart.
But yeah, so.
Do you have your Christmas planned? You have your holidays planned?
Yeah, everything.
Will you be working?
I will be working on Christmas Eve. I've run out of vacation. We had my wife and I, we recently had a baby boy who's
congratulations.
a little over. Thank you. A little over 2 months old. Oh. So I used up all my vacation time this year between house vacation and then the paternity, time and stuff. So. I'm out of vacation at work. I'll be working Christmas Eve. I don't have to work Christmas, thank goodness. But
like music working or no?
No, my day job. My day job.
Oh my God, you're the day job. Gross.
Yeah, I know.
Jimmy John's.
Gross.
Yeah, fast. I'm fast. You can tell, right? Like
you're according to Wikipedia, which how cool is that? He has a Wikipedia. That means you're something.
I have no idea who started it, but. I was amazed when I stumbled.
Do you add crap to it?
Well,
like that's not true, just for the fun of it.
I've been tempted.
You should. That was.
Looks impressive naked.
Do that too.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Above average.
I don't even know how to add stuff to it. I got to figure that out. Yes.
But it says you're an artist, or what does that mean?
Well, it means that I have done. I've been drawing since I was a kid and painting and stuff, and that was originally what I was supposed to do before I fell under the demon influence of music and rock and roll.
Damn you, Cheap Trick.
Yeah. But so I have from time to time, like when I was in college at the U of M, I illustrated for the college newspaper there. Did some illustrations, and I've done illustrations for City Pages. It was actually really cool. I got to illustrate for the great music writer had a column in there temporarily, and I got to do illustrations for that. Now I'm blanking on his name.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
We'll find it.
But anyway, so
Walsh was Walsh the music writer?
No, it was a national guy. He wrote.
Is your day job involved?
No, my day job is completely unrelated to art. It's mostly looking at spreadsheets.
Wow!
So, and kind of working in a space between software developers and and business.
And as an artist, how did you get those skills?
Well, I mean, it was luck. I applied for the job, and then I've kind of, it was originally kind of an editorial job, and then I've kind of, over time, just kind of
acquired talents that
skills and stuff that.
That's smart as an artist to do that, though.
Yeah.
Considering it's hard to really make a living. Doing what you love.
Yeah, it really is. And even like the Gear Daddies, for instance, at the time we were like a band that was up and coming and touring and stuff. We never, like as a band, as a corporation, we never made money. We were never in the black. We always owed the record company money, So it's only recently, now that we've gotten together, that we make some money. But at that time, so it's a weird thing.
Even that Letterman appearance didn't.
No, it did not blow the roof off.
That is so funny too, because the comics will do that a lot. They'll be like, "I'm a full-time comic. I don't have another job." It's like, yeah, but you sleep on your friend's couch. That doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not really making it. You're not.
The reboot of the Gear Daddies, when you guys took a long hiatus, and when you guys did that first huge show in St. Paul, there must have been 10,000 people at that show.
I think the count was over that, like something like 11 or 12. That was a complete we were stunned when that happened.
Well, and it started.
It's a good sign, though, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
it's a good
all
sign.
right, let's
Yeah.
keep this going.
Yeah. So and we did.
Before I let you go, in town is the Blue Man Group. Have you ever?
Oh Jesus!
I've never seen a Blue Man Group
because they're into percussion.
They do drums.
Yeah,
they do drumming.
Paint drums.
Yeah. Have you seen them?
I've seen commercials.
Yeah.
No.
Tobias was great in the Blue Man Group.
That's the closest I've
Arrested
gotten
Development.
to the Blue Man Group is seeing Tobias.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God! He joined the Blue Man Group, and he was getting the paint in every scene. These weird handprints all over, the blue handprints.
But they do things about pounding on tubes and metal drums.
I mean, I think all that stuff is kind of cool. I don't know if I don't know. It'd be fun to do, like if you were hanging out having beers in someone's basement. I don't know if I want to
The cleanup would suck.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw them here, and I've seen them in Vegas, and it is one of those things where probably helps if you're experienced.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
lot
sure.
of visual stuff going on there.
But I can't really say anything about it because all I've seen are little snippets like commercials or whatever.
All right.
I've never attended one.
Well, they're in town at the Orpheum.
Cool.
So
well, that's
there you go.
great.
But you guys are Saturday night at the Medina.
Yeah, Saturday at the Medina.
And you have your own LP out?
Yeah, I recently, well, for a while, I put out a couple solo albums, and then for a while I took about 10 years off from writing songs because I just felt like I got to a point where I didn't really have anything new that felt right for me or whatever that I could say. So, and then a few years ago, I started to kind of work my way out of that writer's block. And so I've got a new LP, and it is actually an LP, vinyl.
Sweet.
Of 10 songs that I wrote in the last couple of years. I did a Kickstarter campaign earlier this year to kind of, it didn't pay for the pressing, but to see if there was enough interest there ahead of time to justify printing vinyl, and there was. So, it was kind of like, given my resources, I was like, well, I could either print this on CD or I could print it on vinyl. Neither one of them sells much nowadays.
Yeah.
So in the end, I'd like what I would like in my hand, which is vinyl. And so it all worked out nicely, and my dream came true. And
Nice.
it'll be officially released sometime next year. I'm still working. I mean, the Christmas season or the holiday season or whatever came, Thanksgiving and stuff is kind of, there's only so much I can do during this time, especially with the new one, our child. But starting next year, I'm going to try and kind of work out the timeline for that. But
we'll have to
sometime
have you come back then when you can promote it.
Do you have songs that your baby is inspiring now? Do you have? Is it kind of things?
There's one song.
I'm tired. A song called "I'm Tired."
Yeah.
What's that smell?
That's
the B-side.
Another diaper. There is a song on this release called Liquor Store Lollipop that was inspired by our first child, our daughter, who's a kindergartner now, and she loves going to the liquor store. Well, I love going to the liquor store. I take her along, and she loves going there.
I did
that's
too as
right,
a kid.
the lollipop.
And the lollipop there, she's just like really into getting the lollipop. So I wrote a song about that. So children unexpectedly, they've kind of inspired me. I don't know what the boy will inspire. But
Highway to hell. Well, Billy, it's Christmas, and we began with Christmas. Do you happen to have a Christmas song that you may have written?
I do. I wrote a Christmas song a couple years ago. I guess that was kind of inspired by
Easter?
my kid too. Yeah, because I wasn't really that into Christmas since I was a kid, But now that we've got kids, it's a lot more fun, and so I just I had this song sitting around for the bones of this song sitting around for a long time, and it was like really kind of bitter, negative stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm going to do something else with this.
Yeah.
And so I made it into a Christmas song, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Well, nice. Pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming in.
Likewise. It's great meeting all of you.
Everyone have a good weekend, and we're going to close the show with I Know Christmas Time Is Here.
All right. We're hanging all our ornaments, the lights and candy canes, the tree in fine adornment, with joy and light proclaim. When I see Santa's pearly beard, when the wreath of holly's hung, when children count their blessings, and when all the shopping's done, then I know Christmas time is here. Yuletide brings the tides of cheer. Old ties feel new and near. I know Christmas time is here. Young Lisa wants a pony, and the heartless Grinch is green. When the Yule log elf and Ralphie all light up our TV screens, then I know Christmas time is here. Yuletide brings the signs of cheer. Old ties feel new and near. I know Christmas time is here. When nights are long and silent, when lights on every home remind us in the darkness that we are not alone, then I know Christmas time is here. Yuletide brings the signs of cheer. Old ties feel new and near. I know Christmas time is here, yeah. I know, I know, I know Christmas time is here, yeah. I know, I know, I know Christmas time is here. Happy holidays.